Hello everyone and welcome to a Velveteen web design video tutorial. My name is John Ramos, and in this video I'm going to be giving you an overview of the Bluehost.com cPanel backend. cPanel is also called control panel, and basically what ends up happening is you'll get your domain and hosting through Bluehost.com or whatever hosting company you decide to go through. I recommend Bluehost. I've worked with them. Their customer service is excellent, and they have a really clean design, and I like the look and feel of their site and working with them. Um, so yeah, so basically you get your domain and hosting. Your domain is, for me it would be WebveteenWebDesign.com, and the hosting is basically the server space. Basically, these hosting companies have these huge hard drives. They call them servers, and they give you a small, tiny fraction of that space so that you can put your website on that server, kind of hard drive, and you get to share your website with the world. Usually, the developer will take care of that, but putting the files onto your server, and developers work a lot with cPanel. I myself work with cPanel quite a bit. So this is just kind of to give you an overview, just to if the cPanel looked kind of scary, or if you didn't know what it was. This is just a quick overview of what the features of the cPanel. One last thing also, if you haven't gotten your domain and hosting, I highly recommend Bluehost. And the process to get a domain and hosting is very quick and painless. Near the end of filling out your the information for your domain and hosting, they ask you a few things, and the things I would recommend that you get are site lock and who is domain privacy. Those are both good features. Whois just protects you from marketers finding that your name is associated with that particular domain, and they also have Site Backup Pro. I wouldn't really recommend that, just because whenever I'm working on a client's website, I always back up their website. So I don't tell my clients to pay for that because I think it's extra money. Some might disagree with me. They might think that it's good that Bluehost does back up your site, but as a developer, I'm constantly doing that anyways. So I just have my clients skip over that one. So okay, that's pretty much it for that portion of it. We're going to go ahead and get into the cPanel. So I'm just going to log in. I already have my credentials in Bluehost. Bluehost actually, if they help you right out the gate. They say, do you need some help with the cPanel? At this point, I'm going to show you how to do it in this video. So I'm going to click on I can do it, and we're going to close this guide. So the first thing, if you've never seen this, it might look a little bit foreign to you. What's great about Bluehost is that they make it very simple. Like, they have all these features, main features, and you can actually select which features you want to see in the cPanel. This is actually the cPanel right back here. Um, you know, the ones that I want to see are the email, website, the files, and domains. These are the only ones I really use. I sometimes use database, but for this video, I won't get into that. That'll be for a later video, a more advanced topic. So basically, we have email here, and if you click on email, it's loading here. This lets you set up a new email account. So if I wanted to set up a new email with my domain, I would type in John at this is one of the domains I have, John Ramos Computer Service or Velveteen Web Design. I'd put in my password and my password again, and one thing you want to do is make your mailbox quota unlimited. The last thing you'd want to happen is if you're getting a lot of email to this inbox, that you stop receiving emails, and then you're like, oh, why did I stop receiving emails? And it's usually because you set your quota to 250 megabytes or whatever megabytes you set it to, and you've reached that quota. If you set it to unlimited, you'll never reach a quota, and you'll always get your emails. So I have a few email accounts set up here. It's very easy to do. Just name, password, and click unlimited, and then create account. All right, let's go back to the cPanel. And another nice feature is that you can check your mail right from the cPanel. If I click on check webmail, I just put in my email address and my password, and then I have 3 email clients that I can use. I can use Mail Horde, Squirrel Mail, and I think the other one's Roundcube. You can use any of those, and you can check your email right from Bluehost. This has come in handy for me. Let's say I haven't been at my computer. What I do is I just go on my smartphone, log into Bluehost, and access my webmail through Bluehost. It saved me a few times when I really needed to send an email. And you can actually link your email to your smartphones, and there's programs that let you do that. So that's the email. Um, I won't get into free anti-spam or premium anti-spam. I don't really use those. Website, this is something I actually use quite a bit. The one I use is install WordPress. Let's say you don't have a developer and you want to, kind of build your own website. WordPress is a great tool for that. It's a content management system. They have really great themes. You can purchase themes, and it lets you kind of, if you don't want to spend a lot of money hiring a developer, you can learn how to build one. I actually have another YouTube channel called the WordPress Tutor, where I teach you how to build a WordPress website. So if we click on install WordPress, it's again a pretty quick and painless install process. I'll just give you a quick overview. I do have another video on how I do this. You would just click install, type in the directory where you want to install it to, check domain. I have a couple domains here. I would probably use WebveteenWebDesign.com. And then, the directory, you can actually have multiple websites in different folders or directories under one domain name, which is actually very useful. Me as a developer, when I'm working with different clients, I first put up my, I have a test website where I put it on my domain first in a specific directory, sometimes the client's name or the name of the website, and I say, hey, you can actually view your website as I'm working on it, if they don't have a domain or hosting yet and they don't want me to upload anything to their domain and hosting right off the gate. So that's pretty much it. If you want more info on again, building a WordPress site, I recommend going to, just type in the WordPress tutor into YouTube, and I have plenty of videos on how to teach you on teaching you on how to build a WordPress website. So I'm going to close this. Basically, that's all I use here in the website area. This is another area called Files. Again, this is more for the developer. File Manager lets you kind of add files to the hosting account so that your website can go live. Every website is comprised of files, so File Manager lets you add those files to your hosting so that your website can be viewed by other people on the internet. WebDisk I don't really use. FTP accounts again is more for developers. Um, I might make a video. I use a program called FileZilla, and it's an FTP program. It's another way for developers or for you to manage your website through an FTP program. You'd create an FTP, kind of like an email. You create an FTP name and password. It would be associated with your website, and then you would go to a program like FileZilla that I have down here. Type in the host, which would be like FTP, your domain. So I type in WebveteenWebDesign.com, username and password that you created here in your FTP accounts. It's really great. I like using FTP programs, clients like this. It just makes it easy for me to drag and drop files onto my hosting, my server, web server, and rearrange the site or kind of play with the site that way. Domains, you don't really need to worry about this. Don't need to worry about any of this either. Sometimes, database, I kind of work with this to create a new database if I'm working on a site. That's a bit of a more advanced topic. But basically that's it. Those are the only important features you really need to worry about if you're new to the cPanel and you want to build a new website. Again, it's email, check webmail, install WordPress, create an FTP account. Those are kind of the basics and an overview of like the main important things that you'll want for your site. I don't really use File Manager again because I use FTP accounts. I use FileZilla, and that seems to work really well for me. And they have shortcuts here as well, cPanel, email, right up here in this blue. This will take you again to the email link I showed you earlier. And, just different shortcuts to help you browse through the cPanel area. These are this email is this, FTP, I believe is, FTP is, let's go home again. Yeah, here we go, this is better. Yeah, FTP is FTP accounts, and you can kind of mess with it. Yeah, so that's basically it. If you need any help with this, just let me know. You can contact me via my website, Velveteen Web Design, or my email, john@WebveteenWebDesign.com. Hopefully that was clear, and yeah, I'd be happy to help if you need any help with this. If you like this video, please subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button, and there'll be many more videos to come, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.